Dramatic scene at the Federal University Teaching Hospital, Lokoja, Kogi State on Friday as a man identified as Adamu Muhammed Tenimu reportedly fainted after receiving the news that his wife had delivered a set of triplets. The incident occurred shortly after the delivery. Eyewitnesses said the man, upon hearing that his wife had given birth to 3 babies, all girls, was overwhelmed by emotions and slumped. Hospital officials and sympathizers quickly came to his aid and successfully revived him. The new mother and her triplets were said to be in stable condition. Speaking to journalists shortly after regaining consciousness, Muhammad, a job seeker, expressed a mixture of joy and sadness, citing his inability to meet the financial responsibility that now accompanied the birth. I thank God for this miracle, but I am confused and sad. I don't know, we were expecting triplets. Right now, we don't have the means and financial capacity to pay the hospital bills, let alone care for 3 babies at once, he said, while shedding tears profusely. According to him, the family had only struggled to prepare for 1 baby as the pregnancy had not been regularly scanned due to financial constraints. You're smiling. Well, let's get your thoughts on this, please. It isn't triplets a miracle.
Well, I was good to thank God you at the latter part of your reading. She said they didn't do regular scan. So I was wondering, what was the surprise? I thought when there is pregnant, when somebody is pregnant, they do regular, they call it antenatal, right? And you know, to the extent of the sex of the baby, unborn baby, and all that. But I now understand their situation. Well, this calls to, well, first and foremost, congrats to the couple for their bundles of joy. It's a beautiful thing that the wife has given birth and there were no complications. So, and it's a thing of joy, and I think the fact that he's slump and was revived is also part of it all, because it was a unexpected, pleasant surprise. And the current economy now, even those that are well-to-do don't want to have too many kids that you cannot cater for. But this now leaves us questions as to our situation, the economic situation of the people of the country. Is bad. Is that bad that people can hardly feed? And you see a family now, they become an automatic family of 5. So my appeal, as it were, and has always been, is to well-meaning, spirited individuals, NGOs, and well-to-do people that could just step in and intervene for the joy that they have, so that their joy will be full. Because you see, he has expressed a mixture of sadness and joy, because he knows his immediate circumstances and the predicament he has found himself. Babies or newborns should be a thing of joy. But when a man cannot cater, a man cannot provide, then it becomes really sad. So I pray that people, neighbors, relatives should just offer help and aid the family.
Okay, I'm going to digress a little bit on this particular story, and if we have to look at the situation where we know why this man slumps, it's actually a ridiculous one, and the dramatic experience that happened at the scene. The president actually celebrated, marked 2 years in office on May 29th.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, congratulations to the president once again on 2 years of ruling the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And questions have been there in the air over his ruling and how situations have been, and how plans, he's also listed plans that he could use to, he has put in place to make certain things easy for Nigerians. If I may ask you quickly, please, Mr. Godwin, what do you have to say from the time of the ruling of President Bola Ahmed Tenimu till now? What do you have to say concerning that?
You want my honest opinion?
Yes.
I mean, Nigerians have never had it so tough.
Do you think this man would have slumped 2 years ago if his wife had had triplets?
Well, it's relative. It's relative that the country is terribly positioned in such that it's structured in such that people hardly meet up their daily needs. It does not mean that there are those who cannot afford. Do you get?
Okay.
So probably if 2 years back the man was doing well, even if you're doing well, sometimes the volume, the enormity of what has just happened, it was unexpected, right? Because they didn't do scan, they weren't prepared for it. So that at that instant, it will always weigh you. It will weigh you. Not as a natural human being. It will just ordinarily weigh you, be overwhelmed. But if you ask me, the Nigerian economy, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's led administration, I think too much is desired. There's so much to do, because you came and you completely thwarted, you just completely disorganized our people. So the people have not been disillusioned.
So you're not saying in essence that the things have turned out for good for the people?
Things have not turned out for good anywhere. Look at the inflation rate. Look at, you go to the market, right? Our purchasing power, the value of our naira, our currency. So we could go on in every sphere of the Nigerian life. If you ask me, it will take so much of God's grace to navigate and successfully glide through these times. Because people, like, check out the World Bank, check out statistics, check out all the indices. It points out to one thing: we are poorer. The people are poorer.
So
the people are completely like, we are helpless.
Quickly, I wanted to make a statement. It's more like a ridiculous question to ask. Does that mean, while we're some of us Nigerians are trying to grapple through the economy situation of the country, like this Mohammed situation, some Nigerians need to reduce on childbirth for now? Because if Mohammed knew his wife was going to have triplets, I'm just thinking out loud in that situation, because childbirth rate is actually on the rise at the moment. Is there a possibility that should also be considered, since we're trying to grapple through the economy situation?
Exactly. I actually said that even those that are doing well, are actually conscious of the number of kids they want to raise. Because why would you bring up kids that you cannot cater for, you cannot provide for, you cannot give them sound, qualitative training vis-a-vis healthcare, education, and security, their social welfare? So why would you want to bring up kids that you expose to danger, you expose to suffering? So I think ordinarily no sane parent will want to bite more than they could chew. So there is need for family planning. There is need for couples to actually be mindful of how much they want to raise kids and how many kids they want to have. It's imperative. That's where we find ourselves. That's my honest opinion.
Okay.